I found about Dr. Bruno through utilizing the website realself.com, and so I used that and I created a list of 10 different plastic surgeons with Dr. Bruno as my top choice. And when I came to schedule a consultation, he was one of the only ones that offered a Saturday consultation. And I called, I got a time at 11 a.m., I booked it, and the rest is history. The consultation experience was nothing short of amazing. The reason being was that when I came with my mom and my sister, and as you can imagine, we were all nervous because we simply didn't know what to expect. How would it be? Would he be nice? Was the staff going to be cool? Was there going to be any pressure? And I'm happy to report that none of that happened. I came, I was greeted by the staff, very welcoming. I met with Marisol, she was awesome, and eventually I was sent to the room where I disrobed, and I met with the doctor. Dr. Bruno came in, we discussed what I was looking for and the procedure, and he offered his recommendations. He didn't put any type of pressure on me at all. He encouraged me to review, take time, and really decide what I was looking for. He really listened, and I think that was very, very critical. For looking back now and the other consultations that I went on, I would have to say that he was the best one. The day of surgery was nerve-wracking. I think at this point I had already resigned myself to, okay, this is happening. Everything is already set in stone. I feel very comfortable with Dr. Bruno. I like his expertise. I've seen his portfolio. My family was very comfortable with him. He really impressed my mom particularly. And I was like, all right, let's do this. So we arrived at, I think, 6 a.m. at the center. I went in upstairs, they checked me in. I went, after filling out the forms, I met with the nurse anesthetist who came in and did her routine procedure. She told me what the procedure was going to be like. She was really funny, so she really helped calm my nerves, you know. And then I disrobed, and then she promised me everything was going to be fine. Then about 20 minutes later, Dr. Bruno came in. He reviewed the demarkings, discussed the procedure again, even informed me that, you know, based on what he saw during then and since the consultation, he can actually even do more work. He eased my tension. He guaranteed me everything was going to be fine. And from then, I was taken into the room about 10 minutes later, and then I laid down, and then I woke up. I would highly recommend Dr. Bruno as a plastic surgeon of choice, simply because the stellar work that I was able to receive was beyond my expectations, that of my families, and even my friends. I stood here to you in great disbelief because when I was envisioning what this was going to be like, what the outcome was going to be, I had never imagined what he was going to be able to do. You know, I had my ideas and I had my hopes, but when I saw the result after, I was like, amazing. But sitting here now, 6 months later, I can tell you that the results are phenomenal and are beyond belief. I really, really love the work that he's done, so much so that I'm going to work with him again in the future, and my colleagues of work are willing to come see him, as well as families and friends. I strongly recommend him. His bedside manners, phenomenal. The staff that he works with, excellent. Good reviews. They even sent me this edible flower arrangement the next day. He called my mom to check in on me while I was out recovering. He gave my mom his personal cell phone information. It was a phenomenal experience, and I would highly recommend Dr. Bruno.